Today's country and your all-time favorites. 95.1 The Bull. Rob Getz in the bullpen. And joining me in the bullpen this morning, I have our own New Hampton native singer-songwriter, Madison Kolbet's joining me here this morning. Madison, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So just getting you back here. And, of course, you just got done with classes there at school. And how'd that go? Everything turned out all right? Straight A's?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I did get straight A's.
All across the board. Excellent to hear about that. And of course, now you're going to be taking the summer and kind of keeping up appearances, so to speak. And as a matter of fact, we've got one coming up here this weekend with New Hampton Heartland Days. So my first question coming off is how did things come out for that? How did they just kind of reach out to you, or how did that come about?
Yeah, Liz reached out to me in January. Way on Christmas break, I got a Facebook message from her and I was like, oh, okay. I got really nervous, but I'm glad I said yes because I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, and we are excited too as well because you're going to be performing on Saturday at New Hampton Heartland Days in Michelson Park. There, the band shell, and you're going to be on 1 o'clock is when you'll be on there.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. And you've been kind of practicing, honing the craft a little bit more, working on some tunes. Of course, we've just been hearing for quite a while now the new single Home Again, and we've talked about that last conversation. And last weekend, of course, you were also at Alta Vista Days. And how did that turn out? I know it was kind of a little bit of a weather-related kind of performance there that was a little crazy.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm not really I'm a serious person, but when I'm like playing on stage, it's all kind of laid back because I'd rather just make fun of myself than like
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
So we started, I think I was supposed to play at 7:30 and the rain only pushed back a half an hour. So it turned out fine. It was good. I'm really thankful they asked me to play because it was a lot of fun.
Well, we're hoping definitely for clear skies ahead for this weekend. Again, that's going to be 1 o'clock at Michelson Park there. And what do we expect for you? What your set list is going to be for this Saturday?
So there's 16 songs. I might add one. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But I've got a couple of mine sprinkled in there, but mostly it's going to be cover songs because that'd be really boring for everybody if they just had to listen to my stuff the whole time. There is Lynyrd Skynyrd, so any Lynyrd Skynyrd fans, I've been working hard on that one. So
I trust you will do it justice.
Yeah.
Definitely. And of course, you're here in studio today, and we'll play a couple of tunes here. I mean, the first one that I know that comes immediately to mind was the one that you sent out upon we first talked was Remember When was quite a big breakthrough for you.
Yeah, it was fun because I think a lot of people, I didn't really talk about it. I didn't have a reason to talk about it outside my music outside of my family. So when I released a song, I think it kind of took everybody by surprise, which it was kind of fun because they'd be like, I didn't know you did that. And I was like, yeah, I guess I just didn't really talk about it.
Yeah. So do you mind playing some of that tune for us here this morning? Remember
When?
When?
I can do that.
Absolutely. All right. Here on 95.1 The Bull for you, Madison Kolbet joining us this morning here on the Morning Roundup. Her debut single, Remember When, here at 95.1 The Bull.
When I was a little girl, I'd sit on Grandpa's knee. He'd tell me stories about this and that. There was so much wisdom hidden in those memories. Sometimes we learn just by looking back. When we remember when. If I could go back, I think I would, to when life was sweet and it just stood still for a minute or two. I'd love to live in Grandpa's day when people meant every word they'd say, and you could hear the truth on the news. It was okay to share different points of view. Remember when. Talk about people having real life conversations, friends with friends and they met face to face. The line between right and wrong didn't seem so complicated, and love wasn't like on a page. Remember when? If I could go back, I think I would, to when life was sweet and it just stood still for a minute or two. I love to live in Grandpa's day when people meant every word they'd say, and you could hear the truth on the news. It was okay to share different points of view. Remember when? Now I'm not saying the world's all bad, but I know new isn't always better. I still believe there's good everywhere, and we will find it when we stand together. If I could go back, I think I would, to when life was sweet and it just stood still for a minute or two. I love to live in Grandpa's day when people meant every word they'd say, and you could hear the truth on the news. It was okay to share different points of view. Remember when?
Today's country and your all-time favorites, 95.1 The Bull. Once again, that's Madison Kolbet joining us here on the Morning Roundup. Remember When, your debut single. And, of course, I'm looking forward to your performance once again at New Hampton Heartland Days coming up this Saturday, 1 p.m. And kind of figured we get into also another one of yours that just came out recently, Home Again. For those, again, who haven't tuned in our previous conversation, how did that song come about for you, Home Again?
Well, I was very sad to go to college.
That's basically what it all was all about, huh?
Well, like, I feel like, you know, when you look at like growing up after high school, you think it's supposed to be fun, but it's actually a lot of changes, and it's like, you know, your life, you live with your family for 18 years, and then you kind of, they're not there every day. I mean, obviously you have phones and stuff, but I don't know. I was just like really nervous, and I was like, well, I guess, and I'm the oldest, so I'm like kind of jealous of my brother and sister because they're they're not like, well, my sister just graduated, but they're not on their own yet, which I'm not fully on my own, but I'm just a homebody. I love my family. I like being around them. So it's just, you're just sad, but you know, you can always come home, which is where Home Again came from. So
Kind of a homesick kind of love letter in
yeah,
a way?
yeah, and kind of just knowing that, like, well, I wrote it with my friend Drew, and she was at the same spot, and we were just kind of like, knowing that we have a place to go to is beautiful in itself.
Yeah, yeah. And when you're going away to college, it's kind of like small fishes in a big pond, that sort of thing. And one thing I wanted to mention too, because yesterday I was out with the family and we went to go get some ice cream over at the S&E Snow Shack, which is right across the street here from the studios here, and heard your song piping in here. They must have been listening to the station. I just started hearing some people going, "She's a really good singer." I was like, they don't know. They don't know, do they? So those who are curious, yes, that is Madison Kolbet there, and you definitely will be hearing that coming up this Saturday at Michelson Park. And of course, for those who want to learn more about you, how can we find you, Madison?
So Facebook, Madison Kolbet Music. Otherwise, everything. My website's just Madison Kolbet. Facebook is the only different one, which I don't know why I did that, but everything is just Madison Kolbet. Instagram, Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter, but I have it. Let's see, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube. You have to if you want to search on YouTube, you have to search the title of the song and my name. But yeah, pretty much just my name and you'll be able to find me.
Excellent, excellent. And you'll be working on some new stuff in the future. Been working on a couple different ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple up my sleeve.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a tease down the line. We'll see how that goes there.
Yeah, well, you'll actually the one that is like in my mind right now. I'll play it at Heartland Days. I got a couple that. Well, no, it's just one that I don't know.
A little
couple,
incentive
yeah.
for people who want to go check out your performance here this weekend. Again, 1:00 at Michelson Park. More information, make sure to check out 951thebull.com. But let's go ahead and get into your new one here, Home Again, and kind of almost a 95.1 exclusive acoustically. So this is quite an opportunity. Go ahead, Madison. Home Again here in 95.1 The Bull.
All right. Eventually I'll have to move out. I'll probably leave my hometown. My bedroom become the guest room. Life goes too soon, and I'll still be me, but somehow new. Wanted to grow up. Sometimes I don't crave independence, but I need it to hold. They say this is just how life goes. Have to follow down my own yellow brick road. But if I lose sight of who I am, and I need to talk to a friend, that's when I'll know it's time to go home again. TV dinners and counting my fears, flipping back through all of the years. I have to depend on myself and no one else. Yeah, I'd be rich if loneliness could sell. Wanted to grow up, but sometimes I don't crave independence, but I need and hold. They say this is just how life goes. Have to follow down my own yellow brick road. But if I lose sight of who I am, and I need to talk to a friend, that's when I'll know it's time to go home again. Mom said she's only a phone call away, and if I need a place to stay, the house I always knew will be there if I needed to. Wanted to grow up, but sometimes I don't crave independence, but I need and hold. They say this is just how life goes. Have to follow down my own yellow brick road. But if I lose sight of who I am, and I need to talk to a friend, that's when I'll know it's time to go home again. Home again. Yeah, that's when I'll know it's time to go home again.
Today's country and your all-time favorites, 95.1 The Bull. You almost had me choking up there for a second. That's that kind of thing that relates to everybody here, I think, in especially Northeast Iowa. Once again, Madison Kolbet here with Home Again, your latest one that we've been having in rotation for you here on The Bull. So glad to hear you once again back in town. Of course, looking forward again this weekend. Michelson Park, 1:00. We'll see you during New Hampton Heartland Days. Any other things you wanted to mention, Madison, before we part ways this morning?
I just want to say thank you for playing it so much. I love getting texts or people coming up and they say, heard your song on the radio. But I'll turn the radio on. I'll be driving in the car and then I'll get out of the car and I won't hear it. But then someone 10 minutes later will be like, I just heard your song and I was like, come on, I miss it every time. But
Yep, that is the beauty of, you know, being a local and family owned radio station. And I always, you know, I not to toot our own horns here, but it's always good to have local talent in our area that we like to showcase. And you're just one of those prime examples there. So we appreciate you coming through here and playing for us.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Here on the Morning Roundup, 95.1 The Bull. Madison, check her out this weekend, New Hampton Heartland Days.